So we start this afternoon's session in the open agenda with two public presentations, the first of which is from Michael Bell. So these are public participations, public forum, 5 minutes each. So we'll start with Michael Bell for the first of those two public forum presentations, and then we'll move to the public forum presentation from the Court Theatre. So, Michael, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us by video. Our apologies for changes of timing that took place between yesterday and today. However, we thought it was best to have these public participation segments immediately prior to the item that we were considering.
Sure.
So you have 5 minutes to present to councillors as you wish. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Okay. Kia ora koutou, kia ora council, kia ora Court Theatre, and anyone else who's there at the moment. I just actually have a video to start with, so I wonder if Joe could roll the video if it's ready. This is the technology presentation.
Little Andromeda has been hundreds of different performers in dozens of different shows and attracted thousands of people from around the environs to come and attend shows here. It would kind of speak to me the need that Christchurch has for a multi-purpose theatre space that can be used by a diverse range of performers putting on a huge variety of productions.
This city absolutely needs Little Andromeda, and it's been clearly shown with the amount of people that have used this facility. 5 festivals in 6 weeks that probably wouldn't have had a real home without this venue. Little Andromeda has been hands down the best thing to happen to the arts in this city post-quake.
I think there's about 20 professional or professional amateur theatre companies that don't have anywhere at the moment, so this is crucial. You've seen so many diverse shows. It's just been so much fun.
And what's been amazing is having a venue that you can have an audience of 10 people or 300 people in the same venue, and the venue accommodates it in a space where you can have back-to-back shows and people mingling. You know, it's really been an amazing experience and would be wonderful for it to have a permanent future.
Christchurch really needs a permanent space like this that will attract a lot more talent out of the woodwork. If we want to continue growing, we want to be a creative city, this is how we do it.
Cool. All right. So that was our project last year. We just wanted to put up a tent for 6 weeks, see what happened. The response from the community was amazing. 50 performing arts groups, 580 performers, 92 shows, 5,688 audience members. This is the business model for the 21st century. It's done wonders in other cities, and I think that this shows that it will actually work in Christchurch as well. Now, we also, back to the topic at hand, I want to reiterate we support the court's move into town. So if you're voting on whether to support them into town, we support that. And hopefully our proposals in the past have proved this. Nothing's changed. I was disappointed to see that our desire to work with the court and the lengths that we went to in considering their needs wasn't mentioned once in last year's report. In fact, there were a lot of mistakes in that. A huge amount of mistakes in that report, which so it's a real shame that we only got to see that a month after the decision was made, but that's it's the way it is. But still, supporting the court moving into town, that's still our stance, and that's all still publicly available information. But we need to make sure that when the court's doors reopen, that the performing arts ecosystem that it relies on hasn't been strangled to death. So the court needs our support, and we want to be around to support the court. If they cancel a show, for example, we want to be there to jump in and help out. We want casting to be easy. We want to reduce the number of times that they're forced to fly people back into the city from Wellington and Auckland, which is where most of the other companies go. So we want to make that shift from semi-professional to professional. So I've bridged those gaps really well in Wellington and Auckland. but sadly still our young artists are leaving the city in droves. So more spaces is in the Performing Arts vision document, it's in the arts strategy document which is going to come out soon. These council-led documents, we know these are the things that the community are crying out for, what we really need. We just need a space that theatre companies can call their own. And spaces aren't hard. We don't need a lot of money. We've got some basic requirements that require listening to, but we can give so much to the city in return. I mean, I'll tell you what, to have like a fringe space for, you know, young performers, actually, if it's actually a bit cheap and a bit crap, that's actually, you know, that's actually kind of cool. And I think we can do a lot with actually very little, and chump change compared to the giant amounts that have gone from this 150 million performing arts budget that have all been spent on, say, the town hall, you know, which is largely a heritage project as well as a performing arts project. We only need a tiny little bit more, and we can help stem the flow of young people out of Christchurch. So lots of amazing possibilities we've had on the table, still on the table, and also new ideas that I know are coming, not just from myself, but from some other people that have got some really amazing proposals that aren't going to cost a lot and are going to have a huge, huge impact on the ecosystem for Christchurch. And I think we all need to work together and win together. So let us let us look at let us remember the young person or the fringe part of the performing arts, and please don't make us wait until people like me are old, because I don't know how long we can keep treading water too. So keep us at the table and let us make a positive difference to the city that we want to be in. Thank you.
So Michael, thank you very much indeed for joining us this afternoon, particularly for taking the trouble to join us by video link, clearly picking up some themes there that we've heard in previous presentations. I think what you've said will be very clearly understood. So thank you very much indeed for taking the time to join us this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Kia ora koutou.
Thank you. So that then moves us into our next public forum, public participation from the Court Theatre. So I'd invite representatives of the Court to come to the table for that public forum piece. And again, exactly the same as for Michael, you've got 5 minutes to present to Council. Thank you.
Theatre company, we are too hot in the summer, too cold in the winter. We shake from the trains and we leak when it rains. We are in a lifeboat, and at some point we will stop bobbing around on this ocean. We need a new home. The City is today confirming its decision to partner with us as the cornerstone tenant of the Performing Arts Precinct. The City has made this choice from its knowledge of our proven sustainability over more than 4 decades, and from all of you seeing firsthand the Court's ability to bring people to a place. The Performing Arts Centre is well placed in the heart of the city. Not only are our shows high quality artistically, we have a long history as a producing house, so much so that our costumes, props and sets are in demand around the country. We have an opportunity to broaden our reach and become more visible leaders, curating and hosting professional theatre in our new home, and being in a position to help out with smaller and less resourced companies, not only to help them deliver their artistic product, but to help them achieve box office and sponsorship success. The Court has proven that it can create a place. It did this in its first home in the Arts Centre, then at the Shed in Addington. Each has a personality which the Court has nurtured and seen reach its potential in quite short spaces of time. Our intention would be to program a season that can capture the hearts and minds of our various audience segments and attract new audiences, both local and tourists. The process to date has been long, but over the past few months has gained real momentum. We have been active and constant participants, proving our commitment to work hard with the city to negotiate an outcome that presents a win-win to the city, our people, and our vibrant arts community. We still have a way to go. For example, we have not yet landed agreement over parking. The court is invested and holds fast the vision of a new home for us all.
I'm Stephen Vanderpoel, I'm Chair of the Court Theatre Trust Board. I've got a story to tell. It's about 2 ships, 2 crews and their lifeboats. The ships in my story are the Titanic and the Endurance. Both came to grief with ice, but at the opposite ends of the earth. The Titanic at the time was the greatest ship ever built. However, her captain, Captain Edward John Smith, and her crew failed miserably. They looked to have all the goods and experience in the world, but they largely perished with their ship as their leadership and lifeboats weren't sufficient to save the day. They made some disastrous decisions because they weren't up to it, resulting in 2/3 of the passengers and crew dying. The other ship, the Endurance, was a 3-mast vessel. Her captain was Ernest Shackleton, and together with her crew of 27, they made it to Elephant Island in 3 lifeboats after their ship was crushed in the Antarctic sea ice. An epic story of great proportions. But my story doesn't stop there. Shackleton, along with his Akaroa-born navigator, Frank Worsley, and 4 other crew members, then sailed 1,300 kilometres across the wildest, roughest, stormiest oceans on the planet in a modified and patched lifeboat that was called the Lady Cayard to South Georgia. Shackleton then commandeered a boat and went back to rescue all the crew. No loss of life, an amazing feat against all odds. Barbara George at the Court Theatre is the Shackleton of the Court Theatre, without the whiskers of course. Barbara, along with first mate Ross Gumley, together with all their crew and navigator, the Court Theatre Trust Board, is in this lifeboat called the Shed. Against all odds we're afloat, as Barbara said. We're only afloat, however, because we are proven. We're incredibly well led, we're very talented and experienced, and we've got the direction set through our navigator, the Trust Board. We are all determined to make landfall. Our landing point is the Performing Arts Precinct. We are intent and committed to get there. Our provisions for this journey are the fruits of 48 years developing the business models, the culture, the brand, and earning the goodwill and support of the citizens of Christchurch City. We are strong on delivery and we want to make this work. That is my story.
And that worked perfectly within the 5 minutes provided.
Kia ora, my name is Ross Gumley. I'm here all week, try the veal.
That's great. Thank you very much indeed for the presentation. We now move into the public excluded part of the meeting. What I wanted to do, and do we have a resolution here with... Okay, so that